You know that moment when you're standing in the stationery aisle, paralyzed by the sight of 100 different types of planners, leather-bound ones that cost more than your first car, beautiful pastel A5 size bullet journals stacked like a rave thrown by Lisa Frank, disc-bound, coil-bound, 3-ring, 5-ring, and don't even get me started on digital options. You know the ones that promise to sync your entire schedule into a neat color-coded rainbow. And I know what you're thinking in this situation because I'm thinking it too. If I just find the perfect planner, all of my problems will disappear. I will finally meal plan and I'll hit all of my deadlines. And maybe I'll even learn how to fold a fitted sheet. I don't know what planners have to do with that, but they give us the promise of possibility. But the thing is, the planner is not the hero of your story. Your actual plan is. Today we're diving into planners versus planning and why the magic happens in your brain, not on your shelf. So let's work together to figure out how we can stop chasing pretty covers and start crafting plans that actually change our life. And let's be real, shiny new planners are like puppy videos to our dopamine gremlins. We're drawn to them. They hold the promise of organization and productivity and even self-improvement. The minute we crack open that fresh cover, the smell of new paper, we honestly feel like we have ascended to a higher plane of adulting. But it's a fleeting dopamine hit. Like buying new workout clothes makes you feel motivated, but you're probably not actually going to go to the gym. And retailers know this. They know you're going to buy the planner with the limited edition glitter metal discs. And they also know that you're going to end up just using it as a glorified clipboard to write your to-do list on a sticky note that you've slapped on the cover. None of this is your fault. The stationery industry is just an insidious monster, and they are brilliantly manipulative. They're selling you a tool, and you're hoping that it's actually a magic wand. But the truth is, without an actual plan, that gorgeous cover with the perfect binding and the bonus sticker sheets tucked in the back are not going to do shit for you. You can own every planner on the market and still end up with half-filled pages and zero progress. Listen, at the end of the day, planning is really just the art of breaking down your goals into concrete actions. It's applying your appointments and your meetings and using every other available space to schedule your tasks into your life. Let's get a little nerdy for a minute, okay? Studies show that writing things down increases the likelihood that you are going to remember them and execute them. That's because the physical act of writing creates a neural imprint, moving ideas from your short-term memory into your long-term storage, because that's where they're less likely to evaporate. What doesn't matter in that equation is how pretty your notebook is. That's just your amygdala lighting up at novelty and beauty. It is not your prefrontal cortex doing the heavy lifting. So if your planning process is weak, no amount of pretty paper can compensate. You might sit and fill those pages with pretty doodles, but if you're not regularly reviewing and acting on those tasks, your planner is really just an art project. Think of it like this. Your planner is a container and your plans are the content. A container without any contents is just empty. But content without a container actually still works, because you can plan on any scrap of paper, back of an envelope, on a napkin, or even in your phone's notes. The discipline, the specificity, and your follow-through, that's what moves you forward. So what makes a plan work? A good plan has 3 core components: clarity, realism, and review. Clarity means you don't set a goal like get healthy. You set a goal like go for a 20-minute walk Monday, Thursday, and Saturday at 10 a.m. Realism means you don't schedule 3 hours of morning meditation if you know that your mornings are hectic as hell. And review means that you sit down weekly, monthly, quarterly, and ask yourself, did I do what I said I was going to do? And if not, why not? When you build this system into your process, your planner becomes a living document. You open it up, you see what worked, you see what didn't work, and you adjust. That's planning. If you never actually look at your planner, you're not planning, you're collecting. Okay, before you go toss out all your old planners, let's wait, because you still want a planner that you're going to want to open. If it's too big, it's going to stay home. If it's too small, you're not going to have enough space to write everything that you need to do. If you go digital only, you're very likely to get sucked into Instagram every time you unlock your phone. So what do? We go to our shelf. You know the shelf. You have one. I know you do because I have one. And you pick one planner. And you're going to vow to commit to that planner for the next 90 days. I'm assuming that if you bought the planner, there was something about it that you liked. So if you go to set it up and you think to yourself, I hate this and I'm never going to use it, get rid of it, donate it, toss it, use it for something else. It's fine if you know up front that it's not going to work. But if you get 2 weeks in and it's doing what it needs to do, but you are searching for some kind of novelty or you want to switch up a theme, please don't. Try to stick with one system for 90 days and allow it to work for you before you get distracted by the shiny of something new. And then at the end of the 90 days, sit down and review how that planner actually honestly worked for you. Did you use it? Did it help? Was it clunky? Was it dysfunctional? If at the end of 90 days this system honestly doesn't work, pick a different planner and try again. But promise yourself that you're going to give it a fair shake before you give up on it. Now, let's do a quick and dirty rundown of what an effective planning session could look like for you. Step 1, do a brain dump. Get everything out of your head and onto a piece of paper. Don't do this in your planner, do this on a scrap piece of paper. We're talking appointments, random ideas, sketches for that office makeover that's been rattling around up there. Everything that's in there, get it on a piece of paper. Step number 2 is to categorize. Grab a couple different color highlighters or pens, and you can highlight or underline, assigning a color to urgent, soon, and maybe later. And you're gonna look through your tasks. Anything that's urgent are things that need to be done immediately, this week. Things that need to be done soon should be things that need to be done in the next 30 days. And maybe some days are things that can be done sometime in the future. They don't have a firm due date. It's not gonna affect your life if they never get done. Things like that. Step number 3, you're gonna schedule those items in. Obviously, you're going to start with the urgent things and you're going to block them in to your schedule where they will become must-do items. Assign important tasks to certain days. Some people are really good at time blocking. I prefer to do more of theme days, but you already know what works best for you, so implement that into your system as well. Step number 4 is to reflect. At the end of every single day, take a look at your calendar and see how you did. Migrate any undone tasks, but do it mindfully. Ask yourself, do I even still need to do this? Can someone else do this? Can it be moved to the maybe someday list? If it has to get done, immediately schedule it to the next available time that you can get it done. And step number 5 is to do a weekly review. On Sunday nights, take 10 to 15 minutes to review the entire week you just went through and the week coming up. Check your schedule. See if there are any more tasks that need to be migrated. See if there's anything coming up that needs any kind of prep work so that you are prepared before you get to that day and get blindsided by something you threw in there 3 weeks ago. Planning consistently is a habit. Research shows it takes about 66 days to form a new habit, give or take. If you stick to this weekly planning schedule for just 3 months, your brain is going to start craving that 15-minute review. You're going to feel off if you skip it. And then you'll get to ride that combo of reduced stress, clearer focus, and actual progress. And listen, even the best laid plans and the most hard-hitting habits can get derailed by life. Your kids get sick. Things get rescheduled. Someone wanted to take you out to dinner one night and now your meal plan is off the rails. Find a way to ensure that your planner is flexible enough to absorb these shocks. Because if you try to force a super rigid schedule, you're going to end up in burnout. So instead, plan for the flex. Leave blank spaces, leave wildcard days, and build in downtime buffers. Think of them as shock absorbers for your planner. Look, if you leave this video believing anything, please believe this. The work happens in your head, not in the process, and definitely not between the pretty covers. Your plan, your ability to map goals into actions, to review and to revise, that's what creates momentum. The planner is just your beautiful trusty vessel. So please don't let the perfect planner be the enemy of your perfect plan, because the only plan that matters is the one you actually make and follow through on. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that this video resonated with you. I hope that you got some useful information out of it. Don't forget to smash all those YouTube buttons for me and leave me a comment below and let me know what your favorite planner type is. I don't know if I've ever asked you guys that before. You all know that my favorite is an A5 Stalogy that I use as a bullet journal. I have tried all the planners, really, and I always come back to a bullet journal because I appreciate the size, the functionality, and the flexibility of it. And it's just a system that works for me. But I would love to know what system works for you. I love you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye. If you're wondering why you never see Hawk anymore when I film these videos, it's because he has spent most of the summer like this. He is not, I mean, he loves to bake potato. He will absolutely lay out in the sun and be very happy, but for the most part, he's just a lazy boy. Yeah. Oh, you don't like that, huh? But you've been a lazy boy. You have been. Can you say bye-bye? Bye-bye, YouTube.